Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Sports Critics. I am Antoine. So I'm gonna do a little post-fight discussion on the fight last night, Earl Spence Jr. and versus Mikey Garcia. But before I do that, I got an intro. All right, I'm back. All right, so it was actually a pretty good fight last night. Earl Spence Jr., Earl the Truth Spence Jr. versus Money Mike, Mikey Garcia. It's actually it was a good entertaining fight. Mikey, stood his ground on some points, but he was clearly outmatched, out everything. Looks like Earl Spence Jr. not just was stronger and faster and had better reach and size, he actually was a better boxer too. That's the advantage that they was giving Mikey. Mikey's so smart. He know how to use his jab. He know how to use the ring. He know how to cut off the ring. He know how to use good defense and all that. Earl showed that he could be a disciplined boxer. It was a disciplined performance by Earl, where I think Earl could have got him out of there if he wanted to. I think he took it easy on him to let the fight go ahead, continue. But it was some shots he was hitting him with, just banging them, boom, boom. If he would stayed on him, he would have. I think it would have been a stoppage. I thought it was gonna be a stoppage after it was I forget what round it was, but Earl was hitting them with some clean, hard hooks, and Mikey head was just. You see all the sweat just, pow, just I'm like, oh my God, he killing this little dude. But okay, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about. I'm gonna show a little bit of the highlights. Not too much because I don't want to get flagged, but we'll see what we got. So we got first of all, let me say this about Sean Porter. He like a damn fool. Sean Porter ain't nothing but Timothy Bradley fucking reincarnated. I can't stand Timothy Bradley, and I am starting not to like Sean Porter. Because these dudes, they want to be a company man so bad that I could tell that Porter just trying to be, I'm trying to be an analyst after boxing and make money, just talking about fights and all that. First of all, Porter getting on my nerve. He's scared. I ain't gonna say he's scared. He do not want to take that fight against Spence. He's talking shit and he's full of it. Cause I'm gonna talk about what happened after the fight too. Cause Sean Porter had something to say. Cause you don't want to look like a bitch, but he looked like a bitch. But with that stupid green suit on, that's another thing. So I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna watch a little bit of these highlights, and let's see. I guess I don't sound. I'm gonna look at a little of these highlights and then kind of talk about what happened with during the fight though. So they're getting ready. It's it was actually a good turnout. About 40,000 came out. It was at the Dallas Arena, Cowboys hometown. See what we got. And then, of course, this is Earl Spence hometown. See, that's another thing I like. Earl, he ripped the body. All his shots just come so hard. They do got so much power. But I'm telling like this. Another thing is, God damn it. Okay. Another thing, Mikey was blocking some shit, right? Earl got so much power, he'll put his guard up to block it, and he still knock his head back because it'll go through the glove and just knock his whole head back. It's because he had too much power. And I was like, nah, dude. Mikey should not jumped up and took this fight. I don't even know why he did it. But as you can see, those shots he just hitting them hard with hard shots. Mikey did his best to like standing there, and after every round, Mikey went like this. And I think that was to let his fans and his corner know that, you know, I'm getting my ass whooped, but I'm still, you know, able to continue. I bet you that's probably what his corner's like, hey, look, just pump your fist, let me know you're good, because if you don't do that, I'm stopping this shit. It's like, ooh, look at them shots. So every shot is just like a power shot. It ain't even no fucking, you know, it ain't no little tip tap. It's just all power. Power. I'm telling like this, man. Earl running that welterweight division, dog. He probably can fuck with 54 after this. So it was a good fight, man. Earl took that. I mean, he dominated. He won every round, in my opinion. Some people gave Mikey like the second round and maybe the fourth round. I don't see that. It was a dominant performance. As you can see, it was 120 to 107, 120, 108. See, 2 judges gave him 1 round, and 1 judge gave him no rounds. And yeah, that's about right. I didn't give him no rounds, but I mean, if you're generous, I'll be generous to give him 1 round, and that's because Spence let him get that, because Spence was just kind of boxing. When I think Spence could have stopped him if he wanted to. You know, Mikey got a lot of heart. You know, he hung in there. He fought good. I mean, he stood strong against a stronger guy. He didn't run, but he didn't really exchange. But I mean, you got to think, he did the right thing, because if you exchange with somebody that much stronger than you, you going to lose. You got to fight like that. I heard somebody else talking about, like, Mikey didn't come to fight. He didn't try to, he didn't want to exchange nothing. Every time yeah, stupid. If he exchange, he going to fucking get knocked out. He got to be smart. And once he get hit by those looping, he was getting hit a lot by looping hooks, and which was smart on Earl Spence part, because Mikey kept a high guard the whole fight. And those looping hooks just went right around his guard. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So Mikey did a smart thing by not engaging. When it was time to, like when it's time to engage, he'll either back off or move around or whatever. Smart to survive. It was like he was fighting to survive, not fighting to win. But I mean, what you want to do? Somebody bigger, stronger, faster, and more skilled. You know. So my hat goes off to Mike Garcia for you know, hanging in there, because anybody else would have got stopped. I mean, some people, when they get hit like that, they'll just go down to one knee, be like, no, I don't want no more. No, fuck that. I'm good. So it was a good fight overall, just watching a good fight, you know, watching 2 skilled fighters go at it. It was a mismatch, but it was still good in that aspect. But but moving forward, I think Earl Spence is the king of the welterweight division. And you can put him on a pound for pound too. And it's one good thing out of this fight right here. The fact that Mikey moved up and fought Earl, now it kills all the excuses that all the other welterweights gonna make, where you let this dude come from lightweight up to fight him where you wasn't gonna fight him. So I think that can always be something they can use to get those, like Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, any one of them, those top welterweight guys. Anytime they make an excuse, you can just throw out, well, Mikey moved up. Mikey moved up to fight, and he's only a 135 fighter. He got his ass whooped, but he took the challenge. You know, you're not willing to take the challenge, and you know you a bigger guy. So that's, in that aspect, it's gonna get more fighters to be like, okay, I guess I got to, you know, where they've been running this shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny, he can beat all them. I just seen the Sean Porter and Keith Thurman fight. They didn't look good. Sean Porter never looked good, but Keith Thurman at one point looked real good and looked like he was going to be the guy. He was the best at 147. Now, to me, Keith Thurman looked like he didn't look good in his last fight. I'm tell you like that. He looked okay, but he got rocked. He barely beat a journeyman fighter. So that's telling me you don't want none of this little dude. So Keith Thurman don't want none. Sean Porter, I'm going to get to Sean Porter in a sec. Danny Garcia, he kind of out the picture a little bit. He cool. I mean, the thing is about Danny Garcia is he's like the fourth best in the welterweight division. He like good, but once he stepped to that top tier, he like the bottom of the top tier. He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He can't beat. He didn't beat Porter. He didn't beat. He can't beat Porter. He can't beat Keith Thurman. I don't think he's gonna be able to beat Spence. So he's in the lower tier of the top guys, so I don't really put him in a discussion right now. So it's like the top three guys, and then so you can throw Manny Pacquiao in the mix. I wouldn't, because okay, so at the end of the fight, Pacquiao came in the ring. Looked like he was just taking some pictures and shit. He like, taking those, how they do the little pose. So they taking the picture, they taking pictures and shit. And Earl Spence like, hey Manny, come over here. Say, yeah, after I just whooped his ass. Now I want to whoop your ass. But he didn't say those words. But he was like, I'd like to fight Pacquiao next. Like he just straight up said that. And Pacquiao was like, where the camera at? No. No, Pacquiao didn't say no. But he was like, oh, why not? My English not so good. Look, dude, Pacquiao, you don't want none of that young lion. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Pacquiao, fight somebody like Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia. Fight some of them smaller guys at like 140. Do not, and I repeat, do not fight Earl. Don't fight none of these big, young, hungry lions. Pacquiao, I've always been a Pacquiao fan. Pacquiao is a warrior to the end. Pacquiao done a lot for the sport of boxing. Being 40 years old, on the tail end of his career, fighting dudes like, losing to dudes like Jeff Horn. It's time. You should not be fighting no little young, hungry dudes. Go ahead, finish your career out with a couple of easy fights and then retire. That's what I should say for Pacquiao. And fighting these little dudes, your career gonna end not the right way. That's what I'm saying. And I think he should not do that. I think he should fight somebody like I said, like Mikey Garcia, like somebody at 140. But don't fight none of these young hungry dudes. You're gonna get your ass whooped. And I do not want to see him go out like that. And this was not my night. And no, dude, don't do it. Okay, now let's get to Sean Porter. Sean Porter talks about, hey, Manny Pacquiao don't want it. I want to be the first one to take that fight. Stop lying. Sean, stop lying. You do not want this fight. You're full of shit. You said you had your chance to call him out right after you won in a sloppy performance as usual. Right after he won his last fight, you had a chance to call out Earl Spence, and you didn't. You said some shit like, "Oh, I'll fight him if I won't have to fight him. I'll fight him if I want to," or some shit you said. So you're full of shit. You don't want that fight. You're gonna try to use every excuse you can to not take that fight. But you was put on the spot, so I understand why you said what you said, because you would look real weak if you didn't say that. But I don't think you can beat him. I think the fight that they need to make is probably like Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, because they're on the same level. Tell the truth, Earl need to clean up the welterweight division. He should just go through every welterweight champ and just take their belt. That's what they should order. They should make a tournament. Every fucking champion in welterweight need to fight each other in a tournament, because they ducking like hell. So Porter ain't got no excuse though. He already got his mandatory out the way. Actually, Porter and Thurman pretty much got their mandatories out the way. So either one of them could take that fight. I already know Thurman ain't, because he a slick motherfucker that, I got hurt again. Man, all right, dude. He holding on to that belt for dear life. He need to go ahead and retire because he's full of shit. Porter don't want it. Who got the other belt? I forget. Oh, and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is the best fight for Errol Spence right now. I don't know how this. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think that's the mega fight in welterweight. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. That's the mega fight. Porter and Spence. Porter and Keith Thurman. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, or afterthoughts in the welterweight division. The two top dogs is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So I only want to see that fight for real. I don't care if they got to go through Porter and Thurman, but I want to see Crawford and Spence moving forward. Now for Mikey, he needs to go back down to 35, and I'm gonna tell you like this: Mikey looks strong. He looked strong for a 135 fighter. So that's telling me that in 135 he gonna run that division because he was strong enough to fight Earl. He was strong enough to stay in there with Earl and not get stopped. And he was returning fire. I don't know if he really hurt Earl, but that's telling me that anybody in 135 he will be able to wreck their ass. So the next fight I want to see for Mikey, Lomachenko. Lomachenko is pretty much he the champion 135. He's collecting all the belts at 135. That's inevitable. It's got to happen. He about to fight the other 135 champion. So Lomachenko about to have 3 belts at 135. So that's the fight we need to see. Stop bullshitting. And I'm for real, dude. Boxing is really making me mad because the best fights are there and they're just not being made. Mikey need to fight Lomachenko. Spence need to fight Terrence Crawford. And, I can go on and on about other weight classes, but just talking about these two guys, these the fights they need to make next. So good fight. Congratulations to Earl, The Truth, Spence, Jr. and I hope to see, like I said, hope to see him fight Crawford, but he called out Pacquiao. I don't want to see that. That's just going to be a massacre, man. I don't want to see Pacquiao as somebody I grew up loving or watch get his ass whooped like that. I don't want to see that. And I don't know why people act like they want to see shit like that where it's like, dude, Pacquiao too old to be. Pacquiao always been a smaller guy. He should never for real fought over 140. But, he did beat some bigger opponents. But, he was a lot younger. When he fought like Clottey and when he fought Margarito, he was a lot younger. Now, he's 40 years old. You don't need to be taking on the toughest fighter of your career right now. Maybe when you was 30, but not now. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for checking out the podcast. That was just my thoughts on that fight. Congratulations to Earl for that win. Hopefully in future we get to see Earl versus Crawford. That's the next time I want to talk about this. Or Mikey versus Vasily Lomachenko. And other than that, that's all I got. Thanks for checking me out, and I'm out of here. Peace.